these kinds of engagements we would have. So in that, rather than going by ideological labels, we'll have the generic label of what is meaningful life, what are goals of life, what is meaning of life. So then it will be a sort of corollary of what in our cultural tradition, what Bhutan tried to do with happiness index, or what Bolivia tried to do.
But I think even in Latin America there is no singular way of dealing with the buen vivir concept. I mean, it has been corrupted, it has been abused. I think what is living a lot, or what we have been, it's in general this kind of decommodification of life, to be against the commodification of life,
yes,
and to put on the table that other ways or forms of doing things. And I think that's what's living everywhere, whether we call it buen vivir or Ubuntu or we, you know, I mean, there are the, so yeah, so but those are good.
So South Asian cultural debates can be reported here. Some of you can be part of that. So that will. But if CMNCO is looking for short-term, medium-term political impact in the contemporary political scene in Finland or in Nordic region or globally, then these are not the issues to go in far. CMNCO board has to make up its mind. These are very critical issues, and
I
they
think one of the
their impact cannot be measured in terms of what impact we make.
But for instance,
But the fact that we are talking about these issues itself is an achievement. And
we were quite active now at the World Village Festival, and we had for the first time CMNCO had a small kind of a tent there, and the whole issue was about. Well, because the issue was climate change in Latin America. So we had a tent which was called "Take Back the Economy," in terms of that, you know, the green economy is not, it's the false part of the false solutions to the climate debate, and that instead the reappropriating of economy to be something that serves people and nature is what should be. So we had different sessions there about food and energy, and we also had buen vivir there. And well, and I don't know, Kepa organized some events, and we brought up the same things, and it was Latin America, so we had a few guests from Latin America. So again, this countering green economy, countering commodification. And then there was this Kepa seminar where typically, of course, Vilenius, the minister, came to talk there about the carbon trading mechanisms and purporting that this would still be like a good. He also visited our tent, and actually I meant to get back to him with a one-pager about just to try to make to understand that if you want to talk, he had been reading about the Commons, he had been reading about the work of Elinor Ostrom, and he was saying that was interesting, but. So we're trying to convey to him that do you understand that if you want to if you want to work towards a more commons-based economy, purporting mechanisms like RED and other kind of financial mechanisms, to think that that's going to bring salvation, they are contradictory. You cannot do both at the same time. So that was something that he, okay, why don't you send something? But those are just, so I think that because there's a lot of green economy talking in Finland, and of course part of the discussion is probably good. So you shouldn't just like throw everything out as such. But there is also, of course, a big trend to think that commodifying and financializing everything, that's sort of where the...